All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and get started. And I want you to just go ahead and come to a comfortable seated position. So this practice today is really all about finding peace and finding strength within and just really checking in. There's a lot of craziness happening around the world right now. So this is our opportunity to just be still and be present and just sort of have a nice calming time just to check in with our breath and to just bring some peace to ourselves. So if you would, just come to a comfortable seat, sit up nice and tall and straight. Soften your shoulders away from the ears. Sometimes when we have tension, we draw our shoulders up just like this. So just see if you can soften your shoulders. You can relax your hands onto your knees. You can go palms up if you want, palms down. Either way is fine. Hi, Jessica. Nice to see you. All right. So in this comfortable seated position, go ahead and take a nice deep breath in. And breathe out. We'll begin by ringing in with the cymbals 3 times. So before we get started with kind of our flow, kind of our movement practice, I want to do a couple of breathing exercises with you. So if you would, take one hand and place it right here on your chest. Take your other hand, place it right on your belly. And then as you breathe, I want you to think about filling your belly up with air, filling your lungs with air, and filling your chest. So it's kind of like from the bottom up. You're going to breathe in. So we'll breathe in together. Ready? Breathe in. And as you breathe out, feel your chest slower, feel your ribs retract, feel your belly get smaller. Again, breathe in. And breathe out. Good. I want to teach you one other breathing technique, and this is a really different one. It's called alternate nostril breathing, and this is actually so good for reducing stress and calming the mind down. So I want you to take your thumb, put your thumb up, and then put your index and your middle finger down, and then have your ring finger and your pinky finger up, okay? So you're gonna take your thumb and place it against your right nostril, and then take your ring finger and place it against your left nostril. Don't close anything off yet, okay? So I want you to just breathe in normal first, and breathe out. Now take your thumb, place it and close off your right nostril. Now breathe in for 4 counts through your left. Close your left nostril with your ring finger and hold the breath for 4. And then take your thumb off your nose and blow out through your right nostril for 4. Now breathe in through your right for 4. Hold for 4, close that nostril, release the ring finger, breathe out through your left nostril. Breathe in, hold, breathe out through your right. Good. So that feels kind of weird, but that's called alternate nostril breathing. And if that hand position doesn't feel good to you, you could just take and just close your nostrils off with your index fingers like that. So it's breathe in, hold, breathe out. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Okay, that's kind of how that works. So use that next time you feel kind of stress building up in your mind. Maybe you're just about to take a test, or maybe you're just feeling some anxiety about something. See if you can stop. Try that alternate nostril breathing and see if that helps. Really nice job. All right, so in this seated position, everybody, begin by taking your arms out to the side. All right, so as you breathe in, sweep the arms up. And then as you breathe out, bring your left hand to your right knee. Your right hand comes behind. Come into a little twist. Inhale, come back to center. Reach the hands up. Exhale, take the left hand out to the side. Reach the right arm up and over. Now as you inhale, lengthen the arm and maybe even open the chest a little bit more. Feel that stretch. Good. Exhale, come back to center. Good. Inhale, bring both hands up. Exhale, take the hands behind, puff up your chest, stretch out your chest. If it feels good, you can even lift the hips off the floor and look back. Good, bring your hips back down to the floor. Excellent. And now we're gonna change the cross of our legs, right? So put your other leg in front, and it might feel kind of funny, right? Because it's just not how you normally do it, that's okay. Take the arms out to the side, okay? So breathe in, get tall. As you breathe out, bring the right hand to the left knee, left hand comes behind, twist. Inhale, come back to center, reach. Exhale, take the right hand out to the side, stretch the left arm up and over. Inhale, get a little longer, open up the chest, maybe turn the chest towards the ceiling. Good. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, reach both hands up. Exhale, take the hands behind. Good. Open up the chest, lift the chest up. You can even lift the hips up off the floor. Look back if it feels okay to your neck. And then come back down. Really nice job. All right, we're gonna transition from this position into hands and knees, right? So we'll come to hands and knees position, or a tabletop. And then we're gonna move through cat and cow pose. So in cat pose, what you do is you push the floor away, you draw your belly in, and you arch your back. And then the next time you inhale, let the belly fall, lift the chest up, arch the back. Good. And then we'll do it again. So blow out. Good. And inhale back to cow pose. So this is called cat and cow. This is really good for stretching out the lower back. If you're feeling kind of tight, if you've been sitting a lot, this is just a great way to kind of stretch things out. Nice. All right, now bring the spine back to kind of a neutral position. And then what I want you to do is reach your right hand forward. Okay, really draw your belly in so you're kind of stabilizing. And then take your left leg and reach it back behind you. So you're reaching your right arm forward and your left leg back. Good. And just hold that there. This is great for developing strength in all those postural muscles in your spine. All right, let's take that hand and that leg to the floor. Now we're gonna switch sides. So reach the left hand forward, take the right leg back. Good, remember to draw your belly in, stay nice and strong. Great. And let's bring that down to the floor. All right, now we're gonna transition here into child's pose. So what I'd like you to do is bring your big toes together to touch. Kind of separate your knees a little bit and then extend your hips back towards your heels. Stretch your arms out long in front of you and then allow your forehead to just come down to the mat. Child's pose is a great pose for just slowing down, connecting with your breath, and just relieving stress, relieving tension. Then we'll come up to hands and knees for child's pose. And then from here, curl your toes under and lift your hips up towards the ceiling. We're gonna come into downward facing dog. All right, and in down dog, spread your palms out, spread your fingers out, push the floor away, lift the hips up. Take some nice deep breaths, just to release any tension in your head and your neck, and just allow yourself to kind of look back between the legs, between the feet. Good. Now bend the knees and then just gently walk the feet up towards the hands. And you can separate the feet a little bit, about hip width distance. And then we're just gonna let everything hang here, just kind of ragdoll arms. Just release your head and neck, release the tension there. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Sometimes people feel this a lot in the hamstrings and the lower back, so feel free to bend your knees if that feels better. Reach the hands up and just grab opposite elbows, and we're gonna kind of let the body sway a little bit from side to side. Nice. Good, release the grip from your elbows. Now bring your hands to your shins, and you're gonna lift up about halfway. So lengthen your body, make your back nice and flat, lengthen the crown of the head forward, and then as you exhale, come back into that forward fold. Inhale, come to that halfway lift position, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold forward. One more time like that. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. This time on your inhale breath, come all the way to standing. Circle, sweep the arms. Reach the arms up, reach through the fingertips. And then exhale, bring your palms to press right in front of your heart. Nice. Now inhale, sweep both hands up. Exhale, lengthen forward with a nice flat back. Inhale, come to that halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach through your fingertips. Exhale, bring your palms to press. Nice. Next time on the inhale, we're going to reach the hands up. Now turn your left palm up to face the ceiling and grab your left wrist with your right hand. Stretch up nice and tall, and then bring your body over to the right as you kind of press your hips to the left. Really nice. This is crescent moon. And then coming back through center, we're going to change sides. So take your left hand around your right wrist, press that right palm up towards the ceiling, get long, and then bring your body over to the left, pressing your hips to the right. Keep in mind I'm opposite you too, by the way, since I'm facing you right now, right? All right, come back up through center, reach both hands up, inhale. Exhale, take a big swan dive forward. Inhale, come to a halfway lift position. This time on the exhale breath, bend the knees, plant the hands onto the floor, step the feet back, so you're in kind of this plank pose. Now lower the knees to the mat, and then lower your body all the way down so you're laying on your belly. Now we're going to come into a little baby cobra pose. So take your hands next to your chest and just really gently lifting the chest up off the floor, looking forward, good, lengthening through the spine, and then release down. Now take your arms alongside your body, turn your palms over so they're facing the mat. Now squeeze your legs together as if you have one leg. Okay, and now when we lift up, we're going to lift our chest up, we're going to lift our legs up. Maybe our thighs come up off the floor, maybe they don't, either way is fine. But then take your arms back like they're flying, like airplane wings. And then release everything down to the floor. Take your hands next to your shoulders or next to your chest, press yourself up into that tabletop, hands and knees position, and then curl your toes under, lift the hips, come into downward facing dog. Then we'll take this moment in downward dog to take a couple of deep breaths. Then bend your knees, walk the feet towards the hands, and just hang here in that ragdoll forward fold position. Good. Now bend the knees a lot. As you sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up to standing, reach with the fingertips, and then bring the palms to press. Good. All right, we're going to flow through all the way, kind of through a whole, what we call a sun salutation. So we're going to flow through that together. I'm going to turn to the side here, okay? So as you inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, take that swan dive forward. Inhale, come to a halfway lift position, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back. And then you can bring your knees to the mat if you want as you lower all the way down to the floor. Inhale, come to a cobra pose. Good. And then as you exhale, you're going to come back to downward facing dog. So tuck the toes, lift the hips, just like that. Now inhale, look forward to your hands, bend your knees. Exhale, walk the feet in. Inhale, come to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Then inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach through the fingertips. Good. Exhale, bring the palms to press. Nice. All right, from here, what we're gonna do is I want you to go ahead and bend your knees, sit your hips back like you're sitting in a chair. All right, so bring the weight back into your heels. Then we're gonna reach our arms up just like this. If this doesn't feel good to your shoulders, you can reach straight out in front too, that's totally fine. All right, so you should feel your legs working quite a bit here. You should feel that your thighs working. Maybe they're starting to burn a little bit, that's okay. Develop strength. This is really, really good for developing strength in your legs and your lower body, okay? Really, really nice job. And then as you exhale, go ahead and fold forward. Ooh, feels good. Inhale, come to a halfway lift position. As you exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, take the knees to the mat and lower all the way down. Inhale to cobra pose. And then exhale, come up to downward facing dog. All right, we're gonna add on here. So what I'd like you to do is on your next inhale breath, stretch your right leg back behind you nice and tall. On the exhale breath, bring that right leg forward, place it between the hands, okay? And if it doesn't come, if you need to help it along, go ahead and help it along. So you place that right foot between the hands. Now we're gonna take that back heel and drop the back heel down, and then bring our arms up. We're coming into warrior two, which looks just like this. So reach your right hand forward. I'm gonna turn and face you. So the right hand reaches forward, left hand reaches back, right knee is bent, left leg is straight. So turn your head, look out over those right fingertips. Warrior pose is a great pose for sort of increasing your concentration, kind of developing strength in your lower body. That's perfect. Now from here, turn your right palm up to face the ceiling and then reach that right palm up. We're coming into reverse warrior here. Just let your left hand slide down your back leg. Yeah, really good. Come back up to warrior two. Good, excellent. Now we're gonna cartwheel our hands down on either side of that right foot and then step that right leg back to meet the left in that plank position. Drop your knees to the mat. Lower all the way down. Inhale to cobra pose. And then exhale to downward facing dog. Remember in downward dog to keep lifting your hips up. Press the floor away. Lift the hip creases to the ceiling. Yeah, nice. Next, inhale breath. Stretch your left leg out behind you. Exhale, step that left foot between the hands. All right, now we're gonna spiral that back heel down and then come up into warrior two on this side. I'm gonna turn so I'm facing you, okay? So we're just on the opposite side with warrior two. And again, stay really strong through your arms, so really active through your arms. Even with your fingers, like bring your hands together and stretch the hands out in opposite directions. Keep the shoulders soft. Turn the head, look over those left fingertips. Left knee is bent, right leg is straight. Super strong in this warrior pose. Really good. And now turn your left palm up to the ceiling and then lift that left hand up. Let the right hand slide down that back leg. Reverse warrior. So that left knee is still bent. Really nice. You feel that whole stretch through the left side of your body. And then we'll come back up to warrior two. Sort of restack everything, refocus. Really nice. Now we'll take and cartwheel those hands down on either side of the left foot. Step left leg back to meet the right in plank. And now we're gonna lower the body down. Now, if you wanna lower down from a push-up position, you can. You can either be on your toes or on your knees, okay? Totally up to you. So lower yourself down to the mat. As you inhale, come up to cobra pose. And as you exhale, press back to downward facing dog.
The whole goal here, you guys, is just to keep breathing, right? Some of these poses might feel a little challenging. That's okay. Just continue to breathe and continue to just focus on your strength, your inner strength, the strength of your body. Good. Now bend the knees, walk the feet forward to the hands. And then we're just going to stay here. We're just going to stay in that ragdoll forward fold. Stay here. Good. On your next inhale breath, bend the knees, bring the arms all the way up, come all the way up to standing, press up, reach the hands up, and then bring the palms to press in front of your heart. Nice. Now we're going to do a few poses on the floor too, but before we do that, we're going to finish kind of this standing series with tree pose. Tree pose is such a great pose to just sort of soften everything, to focus, to concentrate. So shift the weight to one side of your body. It doesn't matter. I'm going to shift my weight to my left. Now with your right leg, you can bring the foot in to just kind of touch the lower part of your leg. If you want to bring the foot up a little higher on your calf, you can. Or if you want, you can bring it all the way up on the inner thigh. It's up to you. Just if you're feeling like this is challenging for your balance, just leave the foot down a little bit. That's okay, right? Just accept where you are and know that it's perfect right where you are. Take a few moments, find one spot to focus on that's not moving, either on the floor, on a wall. Just find one spot to focus on that's not moving. Nice. Now let's reach our arms up like the branches of a tree. And if you wobble, if you fall out of the pose, that's okay. Just get back into it, right? Yoga is really all about how we sort of act when things get difficult, right? Because things are going to get difficult in our life, right? So how do we respond to that? Okay, do we just acknowledge it and then move on, right? So if we fall out of our pose, it's okay, it's cool. Acknowledge it, move on. Nice. Bring the palms to press in front of your heart once again. Let's take that leg down, and then we're just going to switch sides, right? So bring your weight to the other side. Bring that leg up. Find your tree pose wherever it is. It could be high on the thigh, it could be lower. Just avoid the knee. You don't want to put your foot right on your knee joint because your knee is not supposed to move that way, right? So come either right above or right below the knee, or keep the foot on the ground. So find your tree, find your stillness, find your focus. Now we'll grow the branches of the tree nice and tall. Perfect. And then we'll bring the hands back together in front of the heart. We'll release that foot down. Nice. Now we're going to come all the way down to the floor, okay? So all the way down to the floor. Now I'm going to turn to the side so you can see, but what I'm going to do is we're going to come all the way down to our belly, okay? Now you remember that cobra pose that we did where we had our hands down and we were lifting up just like this? Well, we're going to kind of do the same thing, except we're not going to come up quite as high. What we're going to do is just hover our hands a little bit off the floor and try and lift up with your upper body. Yeah, just lift up. You're working all those muscles along your back. This is great for your posture. And then release down. Good. Now press yourself up, and then you're going to extend your hips back towards your heels, coming back into that child's pose. So hips go back towards your heels. Relax your body down. Bring your forehead to the mat. Through that tabletop position, and then continue to come on up to where you're standing on your knees, okay? So you're on your knees, and we're going to do something called camel. Now for camel, what I'd like you to do is bring your hands to your lower back, okay? And I want you to imagine that behind you, there's a great big huge ball, like a big stability ball, right? So as we do camel pose, we're going to lift up first and find some length in our spine. Then we'll start to go back, look back, fall back, and just pretend you're coming up and over that big stability ball. Now, if you have a lot of flexibility in your spine and you want to reach back, grab for your heels, you can certainly do that, but you don't have to, right? You can leave the hands right there on the lower back. Now, very slowly, come up nice and slow, and then sit your hips back onto your heels, bring your hands to your thighs. We're just gonna sit there with that sensation for a minute. Sometimes when you do those big back bends, it can actually almost make you feel a little bit almost nauseated, right? Because we don't do that a lot. We don't do a lot of opening things like that. It's a beautiful way to kind of open up your heart, right? So we want to kind of sit with that sensation when we're done with that pose. All right, really nice. Okay, just kind of shift around and bring those feet around to the front, okay? We're going to bring the soles of the feet together and go ahead and hold on to the feet and sit up nice and tall and straight. It's kind of a butterfly pose, right? So lengthen the spine and then just allow yourself to kind of fold forward over your feet. Don't force it, just kind of go as far as you feel comfortable with. Hang out there. Nice, and then come back up to a seated position. Go ahead and bring the legs together like this. I'm going to turn to the side. Okay, so a little bit of core work here, a little bit of abdominal work. Okay, so take the hands to the shins and then just start to lean back. So what we're doing is we're moving into boat pose, okay? And in boat pose, we're going to use our abdominals to kind of hold ourselves in this position. Now, you can keep the feet flat on the floor. If you want, take the hands to the backs of the thighs. You bring one leg up, you can bring the other leg up, you can hold those legs up. You can reach the hands out if that feels comfortable. You can even straighten out the legs if you feel like that's sort of in your wheelhouse today. But you don't have to, right? So just make sure you're holding your belly in nice and strong. Really good. Excellent. Go ahead and release the feet down and then roll all the way onto your back. All the way onto your back. Great. Now from here, we're going to finish up with bridge pose. So think about pressing your feet into the floor and then lifting your hips up off the mat. So what you want to do is tighten up the muscles of the backs of the legs, your hamstrings as well as your hips, your glute muscles. So press the hips up towards the ceiling. Lift those hips up, they're nice and strong. Really good. And then slowly lower the hips back down. Excellent. Now bring the one foot up and then the other foot up and then hug the knees into the chest. You can rock the knees a little bit from side to side. You can kind of circle them around. Feels like you're giving your lower back a massage, right? If you're circling them around, make sure you go both directions too. Good. Now we're going to take both knees and drop them over to the right. You can take your arms and kind of open them up nice and wide, and if it's comfortable for your head and your neck, turn and look over the left shoulder. So we have a full spinal twist here, all the way from our cervical vertebrae and our neck, all the way down to the base of our spine. Nice. Now bring the knees back up to the center, and then over to the left side. And then if it's comfortable for your head and neck, turn and look over your right shoulder. If that doesn't feel good for your neck, by all means, don't do it. Right? You never want to do something that doesn't feel good. So if there's a pose in yoga that doesn't feel good for you, don't do it. You know, there's always different things that you can do. All right, bringing the knees back up to the center. And then we'll set those feet down on the floor, okay? Now, remember that butterfly pose? I want you to think about coming into that butterfly pose while you're laying down. So bring the soles of your feet together, keep your knees bent, and then just let the knees open up to the side. Bring one hand and place it on your belly. Take another hand and place it on your chest. Take a nice deep breath in. Breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good, and now we're going to kind of transition into our final relaxation, our Shavasana, right? So I want you to go ahead and lengthen your legs out. Just stretch your legs out. Relax your arms alongside with your palms up. And in this position, I want you to just focus for just a minute on your right leg. Squeeze all the muscles of your right leg as tight as you can, keeping your left leg relaxed. And now relax your right leg. Now do the same thing on the left side. Squeeze all the muscles of your left leg as tight as you can, and then relax. Now squeeze your hands into fists. Tighten up all the muscles of your arms as tight as you can, and then relax. With your eyes closed, go ahead and scrunch up all the muscles in your face, almost like you're making a prune face. So scrunch the muscles of your face, and then relax your face. Take a deep breath in, fill your belly, and breathe out completely. And now picture in your mind, as you lay here completely relaxed, I want you to see if you can imagine the most beautiful place you've ever seen in your whole life. It might be a beach, it might be a mountain, it might be a lake, maybe it's someplace at your home. Wherever it is, it's your special place, your peaceful place. Know that this place is available to you in your mind anytime you need to take a break. It's a place where you feel completely safe, completely loved, and totally at peace. Now in your mind, I want you to repeat these words. May I be safe and protected. May I be happy and healthy. May I be peaceful and feel loved. May I be free from struggle and enjoy life. And now, as you continue to lay here completely relaxed, I want you to imagine your friends, your very best friends. Maybe there's one or two, maybe there's a whole group of them. But I want you to think about those friends. And in your mind, I want you to say these words to those friends. May you be safe and protected. May you be happy and healthy. May you be peaceful and feel loved. May you be free from struggle and enjoy life. And as we come towards the end of this relaxation, this meditation, let's say these words in our mind. May the whole world be safe and protected. May the whole world be happy and healthy. May the whole world be peaceful and feel loved. May the whole world be free from struggle and enjoy life.
Take one more deep breath in. Breathe out. Take a moment and move through your fingers, wiggle your fingers a little bit, wiggle your toes a little bit. Go ahead and roll over onto one side. And then slowly bring yourself to a seated position. Just remember as you continue through your days that no one can disturb your peace. Okay, you are responsible for your happiness and your peace. So let's finish with this meditation. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. Say it in your head. Nice. Bring our hands together. May the whole world be filled with peace and joy, love and light. And we will end our session the way we began. The light in me honors the light in all of you. Namaste.